Isn't there a big superhero name in the DC universe that kind of gotten screwed over recently? She was supposed to have this amazing video game that was supposed to be composed of brilliant writers, including one Gail Simone, or it was completely supposed to be written by Gail Simone herself. Wasn't there a certain game that was supposed to come out that honestly looked really impressive and really damn amazing, and then Warner Brothers canceled it, or DC canceled it, and went instead was a stereotypical game because they think that they only have one superhero in their entire domain, and that is it? Hmm. Can anyone think of a very popular female superhero that just happens to be owned by DC Comics who recently got screwed over, yet we deserve a game from her? Anybody think of this really amazing superhero that DC has that is like their most popular female superhero to date and to boot? Greetings, kids and noise, only Universe and White and Nerdy, and well, there's no easy way to say this, but yep, DC decides that they only have one superhero under their belt and no one else. And back in 2025, if you remember seeing that trailer, which I do remember seeing that trailer, I remember Gail Simone on Twitter talking about it tremendously. And I remember that a lot of people actually were excited for it. And then in February of that year, DC and Warner Brothers decided to pull the plug on the project and never let it see the light of day again. Which had most Wonder Woman fans, myself included. I'm not a big, huge fan like some other people. I'm much more consider myself like a casual fan. But it had fans like myself and some others basically all in unison when Warner Brothers and DC came out and said, hey, listen, that Wonder Woman game that we canceled, that was going to be handled by the great, talented Gail Simone, yeah, no one's going to be upset that we're going to cancel this because well, we like to think that we only have one superhero under our belt, even though that there are countless other members that we can use. But really be sincere here. Did you honestly want this Wonder Woman game that looks amazing and whatnot? Don't you think that this Wonder Woman game we shouldn't have? Add to which, when they did that, every single Wonder Woman fan out there, or every single Justice League fan out there, all in unison at the same time and said this exact same thing. Yes, for most of you that probably have missed 2025 or you've been absent, yes, DC and Warner Brothers announced they wanted to do a Wonder Woman game, but then quickly was canceled. From what we can assume, the Wonder Woman game would have told the story of one Princess Diana upon some obscura that she wants to be destined to be something greater. And so she goes through the rigorous training to become an Amazon. But then she decides that she wants to be something bigger than an Amazon, so she aims for something much higher. And so she does when she finds out, holy crap, I was actually born to be a weapon. And not just any weapon, I was born to be a fucking god killer. And then if I can assume so, and if I'm correct, she probably would have met Steve Trevor, the man who would basically change her life forever, and thus they would form a friendship and a bond afterwards. Which, if I had to guess, would have been the part where Wonder Woman would have been chosen to become, well, the Wonder Woman that the entire world needs. Now, of course, I don't think the game would have been set in World War II, like, say, for example, the movie was, and it really doesn't need to be, even though there's going to be a couple of video games based in World War II coming out. So what better time to jump on the bandwagon if that's true and basically set your game in World War II and having it be basically the origins of Wonder Woman and how this woman basically first started. There's a lot of interesting ways that you can take Wonder Woman and how people can handle her, and I really did trust Gail Simone to do such a wonderful job with handling Wonder Woman. But then, yes, as if seen by the great Ares himself, the video game was suddenly cancelled, which had a lot of people very, very angry. Now, yes, a bunch of us screamed in terror when they announced that it was cancelled, and then announced that, yet indeed, yet again, there'd be a Batman game. However, there is good news. The Wonder Woman game, it might have been cancelled, but it still wants to be made. So, while the game might have been cancelled because the team behind it filed for bankruptcy, and that is unfortunately sad, they still honestly want to make it. So, yes, while the game might be in purgatory right now, it still is going to happen. We just don't know when. Because a Wonder Woman game would be something that a lot of fans would need right now. A symbol of hope in the world, because the world had basically gone to hell in a handbasket. But then DC decided, oh, but wait a minute. You don't want a Wonder Woman game. You want another Batman game, don't you? Of course you do. We all know that you do. Batman is our only superhero in our gallery. You guys love Batman, don't you? We haven't overused him to the point of exhaustion yet, have we? I mean, you guys all want a Batman game, right? At least another one. I mean, come on. Batman is still popular. He's still out there. He can still make the money for us, right? He's our only superhero in our gallery, isn't that right? And hey, listen, we'll even one-up it. It'll be a Lego Batman game. One that we haven't seen in a while since the Lego Batman movie. That's what people want, right? You remember the Lego Batman movie that's almost 10 years old by this point, right? You love the Lego Batman movie. I love the Lego Batman movie. That girl sitting next to you loves the Lego Batman movie. You want a new Lego Batman game, right? I mean, not just any Batman game, a Lego Batman game. That's what you fans really do want and expect from us, right? No? What do you mean, no? We have a famous superhero. You guys haven't gotten sick and tired of him yet. It's not like we used him to the point of having ourselves a corporate puppet. Let me make one thing perfectly clear just to put this on the table for all of you guys. I love Batman. Batman has been one of my favorite superheroes ever. Not fully number one, no, that's Spider-Man's place, but he definitely is in the top 5. And listen, I do love a lot of Batman games that I actually own, like Batman Begins, the Batman Arkham games that I own. They're all impressive, especially the Batman Arkham games that I go back and play every once in a while. Yes, I still do love those games. But listen, you don't just have Batman in the house of DC. While Lego Batman joked DC is the house that Batman built, which is technically true because DC Comics technically is Detective Comics. Listen, he's not your only superhero in your arsenal. And I was gonna make a joke about making a Superman game, and one was announced and then canceled a long time ago that actually looked really damn good. I know that a lot of people out there would be like, we don't need a Superman game. Besides, he'd be way too OP, and we would get sick and tired of having Superman around. Just don't even go there, man. Kind of deal. But I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that says, give Batman a break. There even had been this really unique looking Batman, Arkham VR, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a VR game, and that also got cancelled. And it looked so damn amazing, and had a really terrific voice cast working for it. And then suddenly Warner Brothers and DC went, you know, VR technology is the way of the future, it's the way that we should be, but nobody wants this, right? I mean, Elijah Wood is the Scarecrow, you guys don't want that, right? And then instead opted for a Lego game. Not a bad idea, because the Lego Batman games have been really successful. People really, really do love them. But DC, right now I feel sorry for Batman, because right now a lot of people have been begging you for other superhero games in your arsenal that you can use, but you only use them for stuff like fighting games, for example, the Injustice series. you don't use anyone else because you're like, let's just put Batman in everything. People, people want a Flash video game. People want a Superman video game. They'll soon forget all about that when we bring Batman into this. We'll give them like another Injustice game down the road. Listen, I feel for Batman in this circumstance because right now, Batman is being controlled by you guys. And to make a joke from one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, this is how you're treating Batman, specifically right now in this day and age.
I'm a corporate puppet, and I'm gonna need some more screen so I can go on believing I'll be a real boy someday.
So, listen, DC, as much as I do love Batman, as much as a lot of viewers probably watching this video right now are Batman fans, listen, we want something new. We want something fresh. We want something exciting. This would be like if Marvel over across the street from you, your competition, just decided that the only superhero that they have is Captain America. And granted, we all love Captain America. But there eventually will become a point where we see Cap so much, it's like, yeah, that's cool. That'd be like if instead of the Wolverine video game coming out in fall this year, Marvel canceled that and went, you don't want a Wolverine video game. You've had so many of them. Now Captain America, now that's where tickets would sell. Guys, what DC do their thing. Let's let them release the Lego Batman game, which I'm pretty sure comes out in summer, or if I'm not mistaken. And let me be clear about something. Let me just be perfectly clear. We deserve something new and exciting from the world of DC instead of Batman after Batman after Batman after Batman after Batman, and guess what? Even more Batman. We need something new and exciting. Now, I'm happy to say, just like I said in this video, that yes, the Wonder Woman game was cancelled because the game company behind it filed for bankruptcy, which is sad. Yes, it's still not exactly fully and intentionally destroyed. There is still a backbone of the Wonder Woman game, probably the story that was written. They're just trying to find a different team to handle this game. And when they do, and hopefully when you do, it will be released, and then that way there, the writers of the game, for example Gail Simone, won't be dicked over again. Because I'm pretty sure if you dick over Gail Simone again, she's never gonna fucking forgive you, and she's never gonna work for your asses ever again. So, that is all I have to say about the Wonder Woman game. We definitely do deserve one, especially Wonder Woman. A, she's one of the biggest female characters ever. She deserves more recognition than she gets. And B, this would make not just a lot of young girls happy, not a lot of Wonder Woman fans like me and you happy. No, but this will make the entire world happy because the entire world will look at DC and go, they did it! They finally remembered they have a superhero under their belt that's not Batman for once. Hallelujah. Will that happen? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I believe Universe. I want you to keep on. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and continue the conversation in the comments down below. Follow me at Twitter with a link in the description down below. And be sure to hit that bell icon just in case if YouTube has YouTube screwed up again, because YouTube doesn't understand how YouTube works sometimes. And are you guys excited for a Wonder Woman video game? Do you want a Wonder Woman video game? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I believe Universe. I want you to keep on. And until next time, and as always, take care.